Hey guys, it's Ethan, Acre & Outdoors. I just thought I've been going through some stuff, getting ready for season. It's coming up here in less than 2 months. We're like 57 days away, not that I'm counting or anything like that, but I'm here in my office just kind of getting some stuff ready, and I figured I'd go over kind of what I'm wearing this year. Last year I made the switch over to SITKA GEAR pretty much exclusively, and I'm not ever going back to anything else. It's changed how I hunt, and I know you hear that cliche all the time, but the people that know me know that I'm swearing by it now. I'm staying warmer, I'm quieter, I don't have to wear as much clothing as I used to have to stay warm and agile still. So, you know, I switched over to the saddle last year, switched over to SITKA GEAR, and I just feel like it was a big change and a positive change for my hunting. So anyway, I'm just going to kind of start things off, and I'll probably work my way from early season to late season. Like, there's a couple videos out here like this, and one is Mark Kenyon had one out before he switched to First Light. Chris B's got one out. I forgot what the name of his YouTube channel was. I saw one from the Trad Geeks, and I think there's one or two more out there. But this is going over pretty much the whitetail line, except my base layers, and they're the subalpine. So here we go. Here I am. Here's my base layer. This is the Merino Core Lightweight. I think it came out last year, but it's a super thin base layer, but its main purpose in my system is strictly get the sweat off of you when you're hiking in, and you get sweaty, you got some clothes on. I try to pack in as little, try to pack in as much as I can, and then put it on when I get to the stand. But you can only do so much whenever you're carrying camera gear, bows, stands, whatever. So this is what I've pretty much always got on, even early season, like super early, because this will pull the sweat off faster than, say, the ESW suit, which I'll show you next. So I say that. Yeah, let's go early season. This early season stuff is awesome. It is a super lightweight. I'm gonna put it, it's as light as what I got on. It is a button shirt. So it's got these buttons. They've got like a rubber gasket that they go into. It's not like metal on metal. So you can't even hardly hear them together. If you look on the inside, you can see the pits are vented, and it's just a classic button-up shirt. The sleeves are really fitted so that they stay off your bowstring. And I was wearing this outside today, and it was heat index of like 105 to 110, and it's not any different than wearing your favorite t-shirt outside. So it super light. I love this shirt, and it's got a chest pocket. Actually, it's got a bigger chest pocket than a lot of clothes do. So I really like that fact. You can stick a rangefinder down in there if you carry one. I don't carry one anymore, but it's just one of those things. And then here's the pants that go with it, and I'm gonna say they're the equivalent kind of as far as weight wise, they're about like a pair of khakis maybe. But then again, they've also got the venting in the crotch area. I don't know, they're going to be kind of hard to see. I'll pull it right here. So you can see that's the crotch area, just kind of inverted. So it's got a venting to let some heat out down there when you're walking to your stand. It's got like a slip buckle, and then it's got your zippers covered so that you don't bang it on anything or hang it on any brush or anything like that. So those are pretty slick. I'm not going to put them on, but I like these pants. These pants actually I'll wear these pants probably until mid-October, until I put my Stratus on, which is what we'll talk about here in a second. But these are a good weight for early season, and then get you into, you know, probably temperature range get you in the 60s, I'd say you could do, and then by the time you hit 60 or so, you probably want to start dropping down to the Stratus. With the ESW too, there's a hat, and it's just a straight mesh all around hat, and I wear this hat literally every day to work because it's hot here in Southeast Missouri. So I try to stay as cool as possible because my job involves crawling around in attics, and the lighter the better on the clothing. So you know, if it starts dipping a little bit too, you can go a couple different ways. If you just want one more layer on top of this that's still extremely lightweight, this is the Core lightweight hoodie. It has the built-in face mask and hood like you've seen on a lot of products. Actually, I'm not going to put this one on yet because I will put on the Fanatic Hoodie, which is like the #1. My favorite piece is the Fanatic, but you can see that packs up super small. It's super lightweight. I bet that doesn't weigh just but a couple ounces. You can always have it stashed in. You know, if the mosquitoes and stuff start getting bad, pull that hood up, pull your face mask up, and the only thing basically exposed is your hands and stuff if you don't wear gloves, but which I don't. So that's that. Moving on here's the Fanatic. No, it ain't. I lied. This is about the same weight as the Fanatic. This is the Core, the midweight zip tee. It's just your standard zip shirt. Basically, it's got the micro good fleece inside. It surprisingly, for as light as this thing is, I wore it a lot last year as a base layer, and it is warm. I've got some heavy Carhartt base layers that I've had for years that I thought were warm, and this right here is about half their weight, and it's twice as warm. So I really liked wearing it. Here we go. This is the new this year one, the Fanatic Hoodie. This is the 2019 version. I haven't seen any videos really with this out yet. I'm gonna take this off. I got the extra large. To give you a reference, I'm like 6'1", 230, and I got the extra large tall, just because I don't like the fat. I don't like stuff riding up on my backside, especially with a base layer. So, and I wear this all the time as a base layer. So, it's not too. Let me move down here. It's not too long, really. I mean, you could wear this in public and not look like it's a dress, but you've got your hand mitts, which are just like the old ones. It feels just like the old Fanatic Hoodie. I had the old one for a while, but it feels a little heavier, and it's quieter and softer, I think. So it's a good upgrade. They did some things. I think it's a little bit heavier, it feels like. And there's your mitts that are built in, so you can do that. I very rarely do. I'll just take them and pull them up just like a regular sleeve. And then everything else is kind of fitted. You can pull up your face mask, and then you have your hood built in too. If you zip that up all the way, you go into ninja mode, and it feels like it's thinner right here at your ears to where you can still hear really well. So just kind of give a look at that. It's got the chest pocket just like pretty much all SITKA. See, this one's not as deep as the ESW. The ESW one it's really thin, but I mean, You know how you get gators sometimes and they choke on your neck and stuff? This one doesn't seem like it does that too bad. So it's my favorite piece. I mean, it pretty much, like everybody says in their videos, this is the piece you want if you're going to start out with SITKA. They got the long, goes all the way about halfway down your chest, so you can get this stuff off real easy. Actually, I will just leave this on to show how stuff layers. Okay. Here's a regular SITKA hat. Here's the Esw gloves. I really, really like these gloves. I'm not a glove person, but I do wear these gloves because they're super light. They breathe. Your hands don't sweat in them, and they've got the trigger finger and the thumb. So you can sit up there and text all your buddies and check out on X and look for new places. But I just like the fact that I can still work my release and everything like that. So that's why these are basically the only gloves I'll wear. I will not wear heavy gloves at all, ever. I mean, jersey gloves are too heavy for me. Okay, what's next? Okay, so moving up, if it gets a little bit colder, you can swap over and put one of the beanies on. I accidentally ordered this the wrong camo. I know it's the open country, but this has the wind stopper fleece in it. It's like a micro good fleece. This sucker is, for as light as it is warm. My buddy Logan, he borrowed it basically all season last year, and he pretty much wouldn't give it back to me until I begged him for it. So there's that. So anyway, I've got a Celsius midi coming here in a couple days, so we will look at it too, because it could go on next as a layer. But if you're in the stand and it gets a little bit chillier, this is the Stratus Vest. So Stratus is my favorite line, period. It's got the wind blocker in it, so you get, with as light as this clothing is, it feels a lot warmer than it is, or you know what I mean. For as light as it is, you wouldn't figure it's as warm as it actually ends up being. So you can wear this whenever it's, in your 50s or something like that, and you got a little bit of breeze blowing, you can throw this on top, and you still got access to your hood, everything like that. Just a good vest. And then again, it's got a big chest pocket actually. There's a piece to my service wind thing. So this is a good vest. It's got the pass-through port for if you're hunting a tree stand, you can put your safety harness through there. It's a great piece. I wear it all the time last year. Okay, here's the Stratus Jacket. When it gets to 50 degrees and under, I'm wearing this coat. Like, unless the Celsius midi changes things, but I've got it as more of an insulation piece. This has the wind blocker. It has the tapered sleeves. It's pretty I'm not gonna call it waterproof, but I wore it in some snows last year and some downpours, and it never got inside. But what I really like about this coat is the hood on it. Because I don't know if you could tell, but the way this hood is cut, it doesn't block your vision. So, I can still see my entire peripheral with this thing, but it still comes up and over and blocks everything. It's cut it's got a little gripper right here for your hat. So this is a really good, I love this jacket. I mean, I don't know what else to say. It's got the hole for the harness. It's got 2 chest pockets. As you can tell, I really like chest pockets. But I wore this one down to, I think I wore it down to the mid-20s last year with just the Fanatic under it and my base layer, just like I'm wearing basically right now. And then once it started getting almost to dark, I threw the vest over the top of it just to have another layer on my core. But like I said, this is my go-to. This is from about mid-October on. I'm wearing this until it gets super, super cold. And right here's the pants that go with it. They have the belt. They have a little snap belt that's kind of cool. It does a proprietary kind of belt. You can put a regular belt in here if you want, but it's the same weight, same. It's not loud at all. This stuff is like a really, it's a micro fleece kind of, is what I would call it. It's not like a Berber or anything. The pants have a lot of pocket options on the sides. I like to load my side pockets on my pants down and try to get by with as little in a pack as I can. So those are great. They're tapered kind of at the very bottom, I think. I put them down in my boots whenever I'm crossing creeks, and then whenever I get to my stand, I'll pull them out over the top, so your scent's not dumping out over the boot. Okay. When it starts really getting cold, break out the neck gaiter, and this is an absolute must if it gets cold where you hunt. This right here will keep you so warm just by having your neck covered. And I mean, you can pull it up too if you can still hear me, but just doing this and then having a beanie over the top, I mean, because you can see I don't have much hair. I've always got that in my pack come mid-October. I mean, you never know when you get a stiff breeze coming in. Okay. Always carry a rain set. These are not Sitka. They are Cabela's Rain, but they pack so small that it's hard to beat it for the price. I think they were like $60 or something on sale. So, okay. For when it gets cold, this is where the Fanatic comes in. For when it's cold, I love this stuff. It will keep you warm to sub-0 degrees. If I'm wearing what I have on right now, I'm 100% confident I can go out there to 0 to -10 with the wind blowing, and I'm fine in this. If I have the beanie and the hat and stuff. But this is the warmest thing I've ever put on. It's got the cross zip. I'm probably gonna get in and out of here pretty quick because it's like 72 in this house, and I won't make it very long wearing this. It's got the cross zip where it connects over to the side, kind of directly below your armpit, and then it zips up. I mean, once you come up with it, you don't need that gaiter anymore because it completely encircles your it doesn't have a hood, which is the only thing I found weird, but I'm wearing the Fanatic Hoodie anyway, so I mean, you can still pull up the hood, wear it, and use this face mask that's in there with it. I think I took the face mask part off. Yeah. But this is pretty slick because it's got the kangaroo pouch built in to where, you know, I can go all the way through, and it's a high Berber fleece inside. And I mean, as far as hand warmers go, I don't need to buy hot hands to speak of for this. It's got a grunt tube slot. Got stuff everywhere. It's got a spot just for a grunt tube that goes right there, and then there's a little place right here that you can attach the lanyard. If you have a lanyard for your grunt tube, you can attach it there. That way, if you drop it or whatever, it's not going anywhere. Right here's a little rangefinder pocket. Here's my rangefinder. You can have it, and then you can attach it up here too. So it's there, and you can just pull it out and do your thing and put it back. And it's got one zip pouch right on top of right on top of the kangaroo pouch that you can put your phone and stuff in. That's where I use it. So, oh, I gotta get out of this. But the new ones I noticed, the new ones that just came out just a couple weeks ago, I think they have a magnet right here that this will fold over to where you can keep it kind of halfway open. And I think that's pretty neat because you don't need this thing choked up all the time, because I'm telling you, I am roasting right now. I wouldn't even think of putting this on until I was in the 30s, and even then I'm going to tote it to the stand and put it on, because I'm warning you, you're going to melt if you try to wear this walking to your stand. And it's not like, if you're in the low teens, maybe you'll be okay. But I tote it. I wear this to the stand with these bottoms, or sometimes maybe I wear the Equinox on top of them. Not Equinox, ESW pants. And then I'll just carry my Fanatic to the stand. I'll put it on at the base and then climb on up. And then I have the on for you. These are the Phonetic Bibs. I've put these on since last season, so these are pretty cool because they've got a belt on the inside that you can adjust to get a custom fit. The straps on these things grip really good too on your shoulders. I've got a pair of Rocky bibs that I really like. They're down, and they are they're down, so they're super light and warm, but the only problem is that the straps on them fall off your things. These do not. These have a lot of grip to them. So you've got this top pocket, which is just straight fleece. So this is where I usually keep my hands if I'm just wearing the bibs. And it's so hot in here. I wear these as hand warmers, and then you have just regular pockets down here. You've got the side pockets down here on your side of your leg too. They stretch. They have a lot of stretch to them. They're cut in your knees to where when you sit down, it's not pinching you. It's not cutting off circulation in your legs. It is. They thought it out. They thought of people sitting in deer stands to where when you bend your knees, it's not pinching you at all. That's actually where the cut is really good at. So, here's this, and then let's do it. Let's just throw the Fanatic on top. And if I pass out from heat, exhaustion, well, it'll be funny. Okay, so I'm in here. This is what I would wear if it was 35 or below. 40 with a real stiff wind, a cold wind, north wind. And then to set this, finish it off, I have the, I think this is called the Gtx Hat, something like that. I got this instead of the Fanatic beanie because I don't like wearing, I like wearing ball caps. And I don't like wearing a ball cap and a beanie on top of it because they just fight with each other. So I got this one that's both. And it's got the ear flaps, and you can kind of cinch it down if you want to. And then I look like Elmer Fudd, but I usually wear it up like that most of the time so that I can hear. I don't really care to have my ears covered a whole lot. So okay, I'm coming out of this. Plus this is waterproof, I'm pretty sure. Well, that's my SITKA gear for this year. Like I said, minus the Celsius that's coming in. I love it. It's changed how I hunt because I'm a lot quieter now than I used to be with the Mix Max conglomeration, and I never was satisfied with anything, so it felt like I was buying new camo every year, and it's just not practical whenever I've got 3 totes behind you that are just full of camo I don't wear. So I've sold some because I don't see me going to anything else but this. It's great stuff. But like I said, for somebody looking out and you're wanting to start getting some Sitka, and I understand it's pricey, but I would get the Fanatic Hoodie and I would get one of the thermals. Like, this is the lightweight. I love it. I've kind of wanted to try out some of the heavier weight stuff and see if I can get by not wearing the Fanatic, because like I said, it's warm and I'm warm natured anyway, so it's hard for me to get in the mindset to tote it whenever I wear my Stratus and just throw another layer on. So if I could get some heavier weight thermal this, I probably would, and I would just wear my Stratus 99% of the time. Because here in Southeast Missouri, we very rarely see those teens, single digit kind of stuff. Oh, I guess I can talk about this too while it's back here. Let me turn this a little bit so y'all can see it. Okay, so this is the toolbox, I think it's called, the Sitka toolbox. It's not the tool bucket, it's not the one you can attach a stand to, but it's my backpack that I ran last year and I love it. It's got this little, just a T-handle kind of thing that goes through here. One of the Gator eyes off. Maybe that'll help you see in here a little bit. Yeah. But what it is it's just a big dump pouch, and then it has these little spots around here that you can put stuff. Me, I keep my saddle, my tethered saddle right there in the front. I keep my lineman rope and here's my lineman rope, and then here's my tree tether right here. My back band goes here. My tree hopper drill, hand drill, and bolts go back here on the tree. And then here's my platform, and it usually just set it in there and then pack everything around it. So I mean, it holds my entire climbing system, saddle, and then all the paraphernalia. I mean, you've got this big open area here. You can stuff some clothes in if you just want to bring in, like, you know, the Fanatic stuff. I was putting one of my Fanatics here, and then I would strap the bibs to the outside. You've got zipper pocket here. You've got this part here, which I'll take my bow holder. I'll hang my bow holder up, and then I'll slide this all the way back, so I've got kind of like this organizer. And then I can get into the dump pouch anytime I need to. So it's a great backpack. They have a new one out that's a Fanatic bag, and it's the Berber fleece. Really interesting. I'd like to get my hands on one and look at it a lot, really, because I'm big on that being quiet best you can. So but it doesn't have any frame or anything. It's just fleece. It doesn't have any buckles, anything like that. It uses like the molly webbing. You pull it through, and it's got kind of a back deal to keep it from coming back out. It's hard to explain. Just go look it up at SITKAGEAR.com. But it looks quiet. It looks It looks about the same size as this one. So honestly, I don't really need one. They're pretty cool. So anyway, guys, it's kind of it's about 10 o'clock. So I'm gonna wrap this up, pack all the Sitka back up in the tote, and catch y'all a little bit later. Stay wild.